Hi, I'm Dave Kesey, founder of the Innovation Leaders Club. In this video, we're going to look at the different tools you could use to map your innovation ecosystem. One thing that is interesting among our club members is we had this team in 2020, which is for the innovation ecosystem. And amongst the 200 club members, only 2 members had their innovation system map. And if we were trying to improve something, we got to make sure that we know it. Let's say if you want to improve a process, first thing you're going to do, you're going to map the process to see where we're less efficient and where we have some rework, when we have some waiting time, and then we'll be able to improve it. Same for ecosystem. So if we haven't mapped it yet, it's hard to improve it. But which tools are you going to use to map? There are multiple tools. So let's look at some of the tools that we found among club members, and then I'll come back to you to show which was the most favorite tools among the club members. But first, let's look at some other tools that we found in the different organizations.
This video from the Innovation Leaders Club discusses which tool you should use to map your innovation ecosystem. Are you looking for an innovation ecosystem canvas so that you can map with whom you're collaborating? Get inspired by multiple mapping tools, each serving a different intent. We have developed a 60-page visual guidebook on how to develop an innovation strategy. It is a fully illustrated step-by-step guide to building the foundation of an innovation system. Click the link in the description below to download it for free. Let's look at examples of innovation ecosystem mapping tools. In the industry, there are various formats used to map the innovation ecosystem. The objective is to choose the most suitable way to present your current situation. Notice that this format includes the 3 layers included in the innovation ecosystem. First, the internal layer, then the close external partners, and lastly, the extended external layer. This tool maps the innovation ecosystem by referring to the value chain. The process aims to map all the stakeholders in the value chain and link them with the innovation ecosystem. Determining the close external and extended external layers allow us to see how the value chain is driven by the ecosystem they belong to and know where the members are as part of the value chain. This format may be challenging for some industries to understand and very valuable for others, especially when they are one of the multiple stakeholders in the value chain to get a final offering. For example, a house PVC window manufacturer has multiple stakeholders in his value chain, such as the plastic pellet producer, the frame extruder, the glass maker, the retailer, the installer, and finally, the homeowner, just to name a few. If the value chain is a critical business model component, this may be a relevant tool. Otherwise, other formats may be more suitable for the situation. This funnel tool maps the innovation ecosystem in relation to the innovation cycle. The idea is to position the partners, suppliers, and stakeholders where they will contribute to the innovation cycle. For instance, a market research firm would mainly contribute to the front end of innovation. On the other hand, the design firm will more likely be involved in the front end of innovation and the development process, since their competencies can be used. Lastly, the marketing agency is more equipped to assist with the launch, including but not limited to the campaign, ads, and promotions. This tool links the innovation ecosystem with the organizational structure. So if the organization's structure is functional, so will be the mapping of the ecosystem. This case comes from a club member who wanted to clearly show the 2 main functional teams involved in the Innovation Center and the external partner network associated with each of them. This mapping approach loses the link with the innovation strategy, but it can be useful if partners are dedicated to specific business functions. Initially, this tool was called the virus tool. However, once the COVID-19 pandemic started, the club members opted to refer to this tool as the COVID model. The design uses a three-layer approach since there are various layers from the internal, close external, and extended external ecosystems. It is interesting to note that this tool allows easier editing of the text within the bubbles. In addition, the distance from the main bubble can be altered to indicate its layer designation accordingly. Some suppliers may be closer or farther, thus serving as a visual representation. In this example, Research Center E is an extended external, while the others are close external. This approach to visually present the ecosystem is interesting and intuitive. However, the main downside is that at times it can be challenging to fit everything on one page. This particular scenario applies when there are multiple suppliers or partners within the organization's ecosystem.
During the club meetings in 2020, we had the different tools available for the club members, and they had to make a selection to which tool they wanted to use. So the last tool we just saw with the virus model was popular amongst like 10 to 15% of the club members. And I would say less than 5% use the other tools, but almost like more than 80% of the club members, they use the tools that we're going to see now, which is more like the solar system tools. So it relates to the sun, which is in the middle, and the planet that surrounds the sun, so, which is the sun, which is your organization, which is the internal ecosystem, and the different planets are the different external ecosystem. So you will see that there's the close external, which are your partners, and there's also the extended external, which are the one that you shouldn't necessarily expect a lot from them. So, but let's say if it's a research center that can do some experiment for you, then you provide them with something, they make the test, and they provide you the result, and that's it. But if you would like to get that research center to really be involved and be a partners and share risk, and that will be different. That then will become close partners within your ecosystem. So knowing which layer are they, then it's interesting to map them. And as we get even closer into the center of the sun within the internal ecosystem, we'll have the innovation professional. So this is really the core of the sun itself. And if you want the sun to really shine, we're going to make sure that core is well optimized. So let's have a look at this most popular, and it is a very effective tool.
Here is the most popular tool among club members that is useful in mapping the ecosystem. Among its unique features is the comparable appearance to the solar system. Notice that the internal ecosystem is at the center. Like the sun, it radiates to the close external ecosystem and extended external ecosystem, and potential contributors emerge around it. The actual contributors and potential contributors to the innovation ecosystem are indicated in separate sections of the radius to distinguish the actual contributors from potential contributors. Next, create value versus deliver value is also indicated here. Club members often ask, what is the difference between the two? To simplify things, create value represents every stakeholder involved in creating the innovation. On the other hand, deliver value includes the stakeholders who operationalize the delivery of innovation after its development. During the mapping stage, a visual tool is an essential tool that aids team members in recognizing who is part of the ecosystem. It is designed to better understand the relationships and dependencies of organizations involved. Consequently, some club members realized that too many organizations were involved, requiring too much coordination. This resulted in thinly spread efforts. Once the mapping is complete, the assessment of the ecosystem begins. This aims to determine how the innovation ecosystem members contribute to the innovation program. Determining how performant the members are within the innovation ecosystem requires assessing if they are aware of the following: the innovation strategy, as well as the vision for the innovation program, their roles and expectations, and their current contributions to innovation activities. Here is a modification made to the mapping tool of the innovation ecosystem. The tool is flat, not round. By plating the tool instead of having circles, notice that there is more room to fill in the necessary details and use it for its intended purpose. Using this version of the tool, it is easier to distinguish the innovation professionals from a separate innovation team that in this case includes industrial designers, technical experts, product managers, and potentially other innovation professionals. Innovation professionals are the core of an innovation ecosystem since they spend most of their time on innovation. Having a weak core guarantees weakness to the rest of the innovation ecosystem. Some club members realize they should also consider other business units in their innovation ecosystem. Some may call this external, however, it is recommended to consider them as internal. Some members see it as a form of open innovation within the organization. By utilizing this tool, the club members discovered that they may not be aware of other business unit activities. Some organizations have multiple business units, hence an additional layer within the internal ecosystem is included. Interestingly, some club members have corporate innovation resources such as the R&D Center in another country, but have yet to capitalize on it. One of the primary advantages of this tool is it can demonstrate how mapping may help promote a closer relationship with corporate innovation. With the improved internal relationship, there is an inclination to increase work collaboration with a corporate R&D center. This assists in maximizing the available resources that are already present in the organization.
I hope you like this video. Mapping your innovation ecosystem, it's powerful because it really can fit on one page, and ultimately, you really can easily communicate within your organization, especially if you're trying to optimize, add players, and the club members that presented their optimized innovation ecosystem with their management team, people had good comments because it's easy to understand, and now we can act on, especially if you do add color codes to ensure if you optimize or not yet optimize. And those type of optimization are part of another videos that you will find into our different lists that we have. So let's see you in another video.
If you haven't already done so, you can get your hands on our popular 60-page visual guidebook for free. Click the link in the description below. Don't hesitate to watch the next video to learn even more about innovation management practices.